Good morning all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Yeah, guys, could you please confirm? Done. Right. So in the last class, we are discussing about the descriptive statistics. And in today's class, we are moving on to the next topic called as inferential statistics. Right. So now what is meant by inferential statistics? Let's understand clearly the inferential statistics. So within the descriptive statistics, what we are going to do is we are going to describe the data. How we are going to describe the data is just by calculating measures by various measures. By using the various measures, we are going to uh, describe the data. So descriptive analytics means describing the data. Simply to say, it is describing the data. What are the given data was given to you? Just describing the given data. Right? Now, that is meaning of descriptive analytics. Now, coming to the back, what is next one is describing the data means what are the data was given to you. You have to describe how you are going to describe them by using the various measures and if required plots. Wherever the plots are required by using the plots. Measures and plots, they are used to describe the given data. What are the data was given to you? Okay. Just you are going to apply the measures and neatly present that one. Now we are going to do the inferential statistics. Next one is inferential statistics. Now, what is meant by inferential statistics means you are inferencing. What you are inferencing? You are inferencing the population based on the sample. Now, here the most important point to be noted is here we are having the population data and sample data. Two things are there. In the reality, we will get the sample data. We will not get the population data. Why? Because if you are able to get the population data also, we can't analyze the complete one. So here we are going to have in terms of sample. Let's take an example. What is the example is? Let's take an example like a Kinley water bottle. Remember this example. Like this, we are going to discuss multiple examples, not with one. We are going to have the multiple examples. The first one is in terms of Kinley water bottle, where in this Kinley water bottle, we are having of 1 liter water bottle. The Kinley water bottle of 1 liter. Okay. So now Kinley water bottle company and Kinley water bottles of 1 liter is there. 1 liter means which is equal to 1000 ml. Now we have to check whether the given bottle consists of 1000 ml or more than 1000 ml or less than 1000 ml. As a quality inspector, if any inspector comes and inspects and they are going to inspect means the inspector, what they are going to inspect is whether in the bottle 1000 ml is available or not. That is the requirement. Whether what are the liter of bottle is there, that is 1000 ml is available inside the bottle or not available. Available or not available. This is the question. 1000 ml is available inside the bottle or not available inside the bottle. Okay. Now for this, what they are going to do? They went to the Kinley manufacturing unit, but there are 10 lakh water bottles are there. Okay. The population data is of 10 lakhs. Now they have to inspect whether they are maintaining 1000 ml or not means are they going to check all the 10 lakh water bottles? No, that is highly impossible. 10 lakh water bottles they are not going to inspect. Then what is the bottles they are going to inspect? How many bottles they are going to inspect means some maybe 100 or something like this. Let's take an example. So this example, how we have to set the sample, there is one concept is that I will explain that one. So now sample is 10 bottles, they are 100 bottles, they are going to sell it. And for these 100 bottles, whatever we are having, the data, okay. So they are going to have the what is quantity. They are going to write the quantity, how much quantity is there in the each bottle. So like this, how many rows you are going to get, miss? Total 100 rows you are going to get. 100 water bottles, 100 rows. Now based on these 100 rows, what are we are having? First we are going to calculate the mean of this. For 100 bottles, we are going to calculate the mean. And what is the mean you have calculated on the 100 bottles, miss? Sample mean. Now, this sample mean you are having in terms of some value. What about the remaining 9,90,900 bodies? Total 10 lakh bodies are there now. Remaining 9,99,900 bodies are there. How you are going to calculate them then? We can't calculate. So that what we are going to do is we are going to estimate. We will estimate the what would be the quantity inside the we'll estimate the quantity. We will estimate the quantity inside the 10 lakh water bottles, inside the 10 lakh water bottles based on the 100 water bottles. For 100 water bottles, what is the quantity is there? Average value. Based on that, we are estimating that one. Means we are calculating for 100 water bottles sample mean, for 100 water bottles sample mean, and we are estimating the mu value basically. So that is only called as inferential statistics. Inferential statistics means inferencing. Inferencing is another word is estimating, which is also concluding. Both are same. Drawing the conclusions. You are saying some conclusions on population data based on the sample data. Okay, estimating the population data parameter. Any population parameter, either in terms of their mean value or median value or mode or whatever it is, variance value based on the sample data parameter. Sample data value based on the sample data value. You are estimating the population parameter based on the sample. Example, estimating mu based on X bar. Sir, why to estimate, sir? Because why to estimate means because we are getting the sample data. Okay, if you are able to get the population data directly, then no need to estimate now. Directly you can calculate the population mean. In that case, inference statistics will be 0. All these things I have explained for you earlier also, right? Now, coming back, in the inferential statistics, how we are going to do this inferential statistics means based on the hypothesis testing. The inferential statistics will be done. Inferential statistics, what are the inferential statistics you are having, will be done based on the hypothesis testing. Okay, hypothesis testing, which is also statistical test. By hypothesis testing means applying the various statistical tests. Okay, hypothesis testing means nothing but applying various hypothesis test, applying various statistical test. Okay, hypothesis testing is nothing but applying statistical tests. This is called as hypothesis testing. Okay, you are applying the various statistical tests, and based on the test, we are going to conclude. Okay, sir, what is this statistical tests and what is this? All these things means. Let's make a simple example. For example, there is a judge. The judge has to predict whether the person is a criminal or innocent. How he is going to predict means he's not his own way of thinking now. Okay, by seeing the face or by seeing the personality, by assuming, okay, this person is looking as innocent, he will not decide anything, right? Everything he will be decided only based on the evidences. What are the evidence you are submitting? If you submit right evidence, right decision will come. If you submit wrong evidence, wrong decision will come. What judge can do? If evidences are wrong, what judge can do? So based on the evidences only he has to dictate. Sir, evidences are wrong means we have to prove that evidences are wrong. So if evidences are not wrong, if evidences are there, what judge can do means based on the evidences, he is going to conclude. Similarly, based on the given data, we are going to conclude. For example, here, water bottles are there. 100 water bottles are there. For these 100 water bottles, 1000 ml they are maintaining. They are maintaining inside that 1000 ml for all these 100 water bottles. For remaining bottles, they are not maintaining. Miss, you have collected the data like that. Now here, the point is how we are going to collect the data and what is the size of data. These are the two questions. First question is how to select the sample. How to select the sample. If population data is available in front of you, how to select the sample. If population data only not there, they have given directly the sample data only, then you can't collect now. In that case, this concept will not come. When this concept will come is when you are having the population data also in front of you, but still you have to select the sample data only. Like example, one, Kinley water bottle company, I told you how to select 100 bottles. Second one, exit poll survey. After the once the polling was completed, exit poll, you want to go to the exit poll and you have to conduct the survey from the public. Now population data means entire Hyderabad is visible for us, but we can't collect from all the person who is located in Hyderabad now. So we are going to select some data. Okay, how to select the sample means this is only called as sampling technique. How to select the sample is called as sampling techniques. We are having different types of sampling techniques. How to select the various samples means here basically we are having two types of sampling technique. One is called as random sampling. Second one is called as biased sampling or uneven unrandom sampling or non-random sampling. Biased sampling, which is also called as non-random sampling. These are the basically two techniques. One is random sampling and second one is non-random sampling. Now, what is meant by random sampling? Means you are going to randomly select the data. From the given data, you are going to select randomly. Okay. So there is no ifs and buts for that. You are going to select randomly. How many you want? For example, you want 100 bottles. You can select as per your choice. No restriction on that. Okay. Within the random sampling, again, we are having the one more called as simple random sampling. Simple random sampling. Simple random sampling means you are going to select as per your choice. Simple as like that. Second one is called as proportionate random sampling. Okay. Okay. Proportionate random sampling is also called as stratified random sampling. What is meant by stratified random sampling means, for example, in this class, I want to select two students. Okay. Two students I have to select. Instead of selecting two students of only boys, I'm going to select one girl and one boy. For example, in this class, total 100 students are there. You only tell me out of 100 students, how many girls and how many boys, approximately. No need to say exactly. Tell me some number. Okay. Assume 60 boys are there, 40 girls are there. Assume. This is the scenario. Now, I want to select some students. Some students means 10 students I want to select. Out of 10 students, I'm going to maintain in the original one, what is the ratio of this one? 60 is to 40, that is 6 is to 4, which is nothing but 3 is to 2, right? Now, in the same ratio, in this random sampling also, what are the students I'm going to select 100 students, in the same ratio I'm going to maintain, that is 3 is to 2. That is, I'm going to select 6 boys and 2 girls, 4 girls. Or if I'm selecting only 5 students, I'm going to select 3 boys, 2 girls. Sir, this is okay, but for example, you are selecting 4 students only. In that case, how you are going to do? 3 is to 2, in that case, directly you can't apply now. See, directly when we are not able to apply, we'll get the decimal values, right? That decimal values, we are going to make it as a round figure. For example, four students I have to select. But here I want to get into the 3:2 ratio. That is 4/5, which is 0.8, and 2.4 of one category and 1.6 of one category I have to select. Now 2.4 boys, 1.6 girls. Is that possible for me? That is not possible. Then only I will get in the 3:2 ratio. Then in this case, what I'm going to do, 2, and I'm making this one as round figure of 2. This is also round figure of 2. Sir, now 2 and 2 means proportionate is not the same, no sir. This is called as disproportionate sampling. Within the stratified only, sometimes proportionate you will get, sometimes disproportionate you will get. When you are having the possibility of proportionate, always will prefer the proportionate sampling. Sometimes there will be no possibility of proportionate sampling. For example, I want to select only 3 students. Based on the gender only, I want to select 3 students. For 3 students of, I want to select in the same ratio of 3:2. How it is possible, miss? In terms of 3/5, which is 0.6, 1.8 and 1.2. 1.8 boys will not be there now. Then what I'm going to do? 2 boys, 1 girl. Is the point is clear? If you take 1.8, 1.2 exactly, then you will get 3:2 ratio. But here that possibility is there. 1.8 girls, the boys is possible, and 1.2 girls is possible. Means no. Then 2:1 you are going to get. Then it is going to be the disproportionate. Okay, basically it is a stratified random sampling. Stratified random sampling means within the, in that category should be there. In the categories, multiple categories will be there. You have to maintain the same ratio of the categories. For example, in this class, some of the students are BTech, some of the students are from MTech, BCA, BCom, like this you are having. Okay. Now, how many students originally are having of BTech? Same ratio I'm going to select in my sample. I'll maintain the same ratio. So that same ratio of students of BTech are selected, same ratio of BCom are selected, same ratio of BSc computers or whatever the branches we are having, it will be selected. This is called as stratified. Next one is called as systematic sampling. Systematic random sampling. Systematic random sampling. Now, what is systematic random sampling means? Here, first you are going to select one number. First one you are going to identify first person, and from that you are going to select every fifth person or alternate person, 10th person, like that. For example, I want to select out of 3 one person. First person means again fourth person. Okay, total. Assume that here 10 students, these many students are there. First I am selecting the first person. If first person is selected means fourth person, seventh person, like that. Every third person I am going to select. This is systematic. Sir, it is systematic, no? Then where it is random? You are already fixed the numbers, no, sir. First number is in your hand only, na? If your first number was changed, according to that, remaining people also will change, right? For example, in this class, I'm assuming I want to select randomly alternate students. If I start with her, automatically who is going to be the alternate means she will be the alternate. I will not select her. For example, if I start here, then who will be the alternate? That person is going to be the alternate. So it is going to change. First number is your choice. From there, remaining things will be fixed. So that is the reason it is having first number random. From there, remaining things are fixed. It is called as systematic. So systematic random sampling. No, it comes under stratified. Why? Because see, COVID cases, whatever you have done, tests, you're asking about tests. They are selecting randomly one person. Okay, that depends on the different COVID centers. Some people will select from out of these people, one person from out of these people, like that. Or they may select in a area. For example, more COVID cases area, they may give the more number of tests. In less COVID affected area, less number of tests might be there. It depends on the area to area, COVID center to COVID center. We can't say that one exactly. In one area, you might have seen that they have done, every five members, one person they have selected, might be. Okay. So like this, we are having the different, and last type of random sampling is called as clustered random sampling. Again, your COVID example is best example here. First, they have identified the clusters, that is red zone people, orange zone people, green zone people. Within the red zone, they have done some amount of samples. They have collected the tests. In the orange zone, again they have done. So they have first clustered the data. Clustered means grouped the similar records into one first. Clustered sampling. Cluster means grouping. Cluster means grouping of similar records. Grouping of similar records. So you're going to group the similar kind of records, and whatever the cluster it has created, from that you are going to identify the some samples. This is called as cluster random sampling. Biased sampling means one-sided sampling. That is your choice. For example, if you feel this person is a good person, means you'll see all the positive points. If your feeling is this person is bad person, means you'll identify every small negative point also. It is all depends on your individual feeling. Okay, for example, in the IT companies, a reference will be there. When the person comes to reference, we have to ask easy questions. When the person comes with a normal way, they'll ask in a different questions. Because someone is referring, and if you don't select, means they'll feel they're our friends or relatives or something. So automatically we'll go with according to that. Now the questions will change the scenarios and everything. Actually, you have to test a person, means you have to cross check by giving the multiple questions. Okay, some questions of easy, some questions of average level or difficult level, like this. But whenever reference comes, we will not go with the difficult questions. We'll go only with the simple and average level questions, and we'll test whether he's having a normal knowledge or not. If it is okay, then we'll think that okay, once you join the company, you will have the good knowledge. You will only learn automatically. We'll say like this. When we are having the positive opinion, when we are having the negative opinion, we'll say that company is not the lab for you. You will not, after joining in the company, you should not learn here. Before only you have to learn and you have to join in the company. These dialogues we are going to say. It's all depends on the person to person, mood to mood, which is called as biased sampling, which should not be there, right? Now, 90% of the cases will go with the random sampling, that too simple random sampling only. These are the various sampling techniques. Now, once we have selected the sample, from there, we are going to apply the statistical test. Now, for the statistical test, we are having one procedure. What is the procedure? Means we are having for discrete variables, different procedure, and for continuous variables, different procedure. So first, let us start with the continuous variables first, followed by discrete variables next. Okay. Now, what is continuous variables? Now, continuous variables, what are the different statistical tests we are having? And at the same time, what are the step-by-step procedure? Means this is the step-by-step procedure for continuous data. You have to take a note of this, and I will explain one by one. Take a note of step-by-step heading is step-by-step procedure for statistical test. So here, 1 minute. You can write. Completed? Completed? Guys, yeah, please. Done. So, what is the first step in this hypothesis test? First, what is the first step in hypothesis testing? Means first we have to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. That is the step one. How to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis, and what is hypothesis? What is the meaning of hypothesis? So let's understand in detail one by one, step by step here. Now, so hypothesis testing. Guys, online students, everyone has taken a note, right? Anyone is pending? Done, right? Okay. Now in the hypothesis testing, the first step is formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. How we are going to formulate this null and alternate hypothesis? That is important. Okay. How we are going to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis? Now in the null and alternate hypothesis, first we are going to check this one. Whether hypothesis testing means determine whether the statement of the population parameter should or should not be rejected. That is the meaning of hypothesis testing. Whether a statement, don't read down part, just read only first point. Hypothesis testing can be used to determine whether a statement about the value of population parameter should or should not be rejected. That is the meaning of hypothesis testing. And here they are formulating the null and alternate hypothesis. Two types of hypothesis are there. One is called as null hypothesis. Second one is called as alternate hypothesis. Now what is meant by null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is nothing but, so here you are going to have the null hypothesis. First I'll explain what is meant by null hypothesis and how to formulate these things. Let us get into the one by one. So just now we have seen the Kinley water bottle. We are having the Kinley water bottle company, and just now I have taken a note of that. Just in front of you I have taken here. Inspector wants to check whether 1000 ml is available or not available inside the bottle. Within the bottle, whether 1000 ml of water is available or not within bottle. Within the bottle, whether 1000 ml is available or not. This is the question now. Now he is going to inspect 100 bottles and he is going to measure, right? Now here first, what is the first step he is going to do for this example means, first he will start with the formulating the null and alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis was given by H0. Alternate hypothesis is given by H1. H1. Here I am writing H0 side, but you have to write bottom. That is suffix. Okay. Now here we are having here H1. Now alternate hypothesis can be given as H1 or HA. H1 or HA. Choice is yours. Either one or A letter. Okay. Now this is null hypothesis. This is alternate hypothesis. Now question 1. How to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis? How to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis means very simple. You are going to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis based on the population, based on the given example. How to formulate this null hypothesis means null hypothesis says that nothing is there. Nothing difference. Null hypothesis says that nothing. Null means nothing. Nothing. Nothing or no difference, or what are the present one is there now? Continue with the present one. Status quo. That is the meaning of null. Demo. So null hypothesis says that it is null. Nothing is there. Nothing difference. No difference, or it is a status quo. Okay. What are the status quo you are having? Now, so here, how to formulate this null and alternate hypothesis? Alternate hypothesis is also called as your research hypothesis. Alternate hypothesis is nothing but your research hypothesis. Means which one you want to prove. What you want to prove. Null hypothesis says that what are the present one is there? Status quo. Status quo means present one. Null hypothesis focus on the present one. Status quo means present, ongoing. Whatever it is ongoing, that one. Research hypothesis, what you want to prove. What you want to prove. That one is the research hypothesis. Okay, the researcher wants to prove. Okay, now for example, here let us take an example. SRK is a good trainer, SRK is a bad trainer. These are the two things. No, which one you want to prove means you don't need to prove the good one. Because why no need to prove the good one means because already they have felt I'm having a good knowledge, and that is the reason they have hired me. What is the present as of now situation? What is the mindset of Naresh sir is I'm a good trainer and he has given me the badge. Now you have to prove what, for example, if you want to prove that bad trainer, so then you have to raise the complaints. For what purpose you'll raise the complaints means to prove the bad trainer only, right? Sir, it is not good and we are not feeling correct, this one, that one, all these things. For example, everything is going smooth and nothing, you are having any kind of disturbance or problem, then are you going to discuss anything? Are you going to raise any complaint, or you are going to say this one or that one? Nothing. Everything will be normal. When it will be normal means when everything goes normal. For example, here I am saying that regarding the not Naresh IT, regarding the SRK sir is good or bad. That is a question. According to the question, we have to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Now here in the Kinley water bottle company, which one you want to prove? Kinley is a good company. It is always maintains the 1000 ml. You don't need to prove that one. If you don't say opposite, automatically that is the meaning only. What you want to prove? It is not maintaining the 1000 ml. That one only you have to prove. It is already a good company. It is already having the 1000 ml. That is already is there. That is already is there and outgoing is there. Now, if you go with the opposite way, then only you are going to have. So here to make the null and alternate hypothesis in a easy way, we have to use the word called as no action and action. For which one you are going to take the action, that should be considered in the alternate hypothesis. For which one no action is required, that you have to keep in the null hypothesis. No action or no difference. No action or no difference, then you have to keep in the null hypothesis. For which one you are going to take action or difference, that you have to write in the alternate hypothesis. Right? Now, let's take with the multiple examples. Instead of trying with one or two examples, let's try with multiple examples. What are the different examples we are having is, let's go with one by one like this. Now, null hypothesis. What is meant by null hypothesis? No action required. Now, let's take a Kinley water bottle starting with example number 1. Let's try with multiple examples, guys. How to formulate. Example number 1, Kinley water bottle, where it is having in terms of 1000 ml or not. That is the question, whether they are maintaining. You are the inspector. Now, according to you, for which one you are going to take action first? Tell me. When you will take the action? When it is less than 1000 ml. Right? That is clear now. So that is nothing but when you are having the mean value, you are not going to check on a single bottle now. You are going to check multiple bottles. So mean value should be less than 1000 ml. If it is less than 1000 ml, you will take the action. When you will not take action means if it is 1000 ml also you will not take action. If more than that is also you will not take action. Mu greater than or equal to 1000 ml, you are not going to take no action. When you are the inspector, if inspector is doing this one, if it is this hypothesis testing was done by the inspector, which inspector? Quality inspector, not police inspector. Whoever the inspector is there, who is going to inspect, for him this is the null and alternate hypothesis. Sir, for example, the same example, I'm not the inspector, sir, I'm in the company, I'm the company manager or company within the company executive. Then in that case, for you more than 1000 also problem. If it is less than 1000 also problem. When you'll take action means when it is more also you'll take action, when it is less also you'll take action. For you, mu should be when it is not equal to 1000 ml, you are going to take the action. As a company person, your requirement is not equal to 1000 ml. If mu is equal to 1000 ml, you will not take any action, no action. This is from company point of view. This is from inspector point of view. Is the point is clear? from point of view, from which person you are going to see this one. That is also important. That is also important. Is the point is clear for everyone? So Kinley water bottle 1000 ml, where you are having mu of exactly equal to 1000 ml, no action. If it is not equal to, so here what are the symbols we are having is, in null hypothesis, if you are having less than or equal to, alternate hypothesis will have greater than symbol. When you are having here greater than or equal to, your alternate hypothesis will have less than symbol. When you are having here equal to symbol, in your alternate hypothesis, you will have the not equal to symbol. These are the three options. Option A, option B, and option C. Is the point is clear? Now, when you are going to take action, when you will not take the action, that is the only point. That is the only requirement. Now, SRK is a good trainer or a bad trainer? Which one is null and which one is alternate? Tell me. Which one is good? Which one is null and which one is alternate? For which one you will take action? When SRK is a bad trainer, it was proved, you are going to take the action. So action should be considered in the alternate hypothesis. Good trainer should be considered in the null hypothesis. If null hypothesis was proved, you are not going to take any action. If it is proved also, no action. If alternate hypothesis is proved, 100% you have to take the action on that. For which one you will take the action, that goes to the alternate. For which one you will not take action, that goes with the null hypothesis. Now, according to the judge in Indian court, okay, judge will get the evidences. From the evidences, he has to conclude or he has to estimate. Based on the evidences, he are estimating this person is a criminal or this person is a innocent. Whether he has seen the criminal, whether he has seen that what are the incident was happened. For example, some murder will be happened. Whether the judge will see that murder? No. But still, he is going to estimate that one. How he is going to estimate means based on the evidences. Based on the evidences, they are going to estimate. So what are the estimation was done based on the evidences? That is nothing but inferential statistics. Now even judge also will do the same. Now here two options are there. One is innocent person, one is criminal person. Criminal, if it is proved criminal means we have to take the action. Action can be anything. We can keep in the jail or we can keep as a punishment for penalty for collecting the money, anything. Here don't think that action means only to make him keep in the jail. That is not only the one. There might be multiple things. Okay, sometimes challan only will be there, penalty only will be there, something. So here, which one comes under null and which one comes under alternate means? Tell me, in this situation, which one will comes? Innocent person and criminal person. These are the two persons. Which one is person is innocent, person is criminal? Which one is alternate and which one is null? Criminal is going to be the alternate because for criminals only will take the action. Is the point is clear for everyone? Now, so whatever you want to trying to prove or which one you are going to take the action. For example, already in the Naresh IT, one course is going on. Okay, a data analytics course is going on and some systematic it is going on. Now, one of the student wants to give the some suggestion. Sir, you change like this, sir, that one, sir. So automatically the data analytics score will be still more better and more number of students will come. You have given one suggestion, something like this. What is the null hypothesis and what is the alternate hypothesis for this case means? Null hypothesis says that there is no difference. Before to that, after your suggestion implementation also, no difference. Alternate hypothesis says that there is a difference. If there is a difference, you have to take the action. What action? What are the suggestion you have given? It has to be implemented. For example, it was proved that there is no difference. Then why have to implement unnecessarily your suggestions? I will continue with the old one only. I will continue with the old one only. You will ask the question, sir, if there is no difference also, if you try new one, what happens, sir? Means why I have to try when everything is as I'm going in the old way? Why I have to change myself? Why I have to add something and why I have to make complicate? And at the same time, there is no difference means why I have to do all these things? So always company people, whenever there is no difference, they'll continue with the old one only. Never they'll try to change with the new one when there is no difference. Okay, When there is no difference, they will not change, because old one continuation is very simple. Again, new one means again it will take double. Again, we have to adjust for that. Adjustments has to be done. Now, if it is proved that whatever the new suggestion you have given, it is better than the old one, automatically we have to take the action. Right? Now, is the point is clear? So null hypothesis is denoted by H naught, which is an assumption about the population parameter. Alternate hypothesis is denoted by HA, which is opposite to the stated in the null hypothesis. Whatever you write in the null hypothesis, exactly opposite is this one. Out of these two, one will be correct. Either null will be correct or this one will be correct. Both cannot be at a time correct, right? Both are opposite to each other, right? Now, tell me this, read this question and formulate the null and alternate hypothesis for this question. Write in the notes. Don't give me outside. Online students and offline students, please write in the notes. What is the null and alternate hypothesis for this? Yeah. What is the null and alternate hypothesis? What is the null? When they'll take action, when they will not take action. So when the response time is more than 8 minutes, they are going to take the action. If it is less than 8 minutes, no need of any action because their service goal was satisfied. So average time should be less than or equal to 8 minutes is null hypothesis, greater than 8 minutes is the alternate hypothesis. Is the point is clear for everyone? Everyone formulation is clear? Now let's try with one more example. Write in the notes. This time I will ask one student randomly of my choice. Simple random sampling will be applied. And I will estimate based on that other students also whether they have understood or not. Inferential statistics. Completed? Everyone? Formulation of null and alternate hypothesis. Only that one, nothing else. Now, if I have to do the biased sampling miss, now I will ask the students, everyone has completed miss. Some students now they are going to shake their head like this, right? If I have to do the biased sampling means the students who has done like this, only those students I have to select because they have completed. Now, if I have to go with the random sampling means I have to select any student now. Not with respect to the student who is only shaking the head and who has told that or who says that yes sir, like this some expression will be there, right? One student face will be not completed, doubtedly he'll see my face. If I select that student, then also it is biased sampling only. So here there should not be any kind of biased sampling or unbiased sampling. Random sampling means just randomly selecting one number, one roll number, and whatever the number was allotted to that student has to respond. Then it is called as random sampling. Is the point is clear? Now, what is the answer? You. Null hypothesis. What is a null hypothesis? Already have written the answer in the notes first. If 30 minutes or less, okay. What about alternate? What about alternate? Now, as one of the student is saying this one, anyone wants to modify this one? I assume it is a wrong answer. That is for that random sample. For that random sample, it is. I'm asking for population mean now. That is random mean. Random sample, what are the mean you have gotten as sample mean. 32 minutes is the sample mean. Now, what is their goal? Whether to achieve 30 minutes or less. This is the requirement. This is requirement. This is actual what's happened. Right? My requirement is students has to get 90 marks. Happened is average students marks is 75. So according to the students marks, my requirement I have to change. My requirement will be fixed and I have to test the students. Is the point is clear? So the company requirement is the service goal of 30 minutes or less is being achieved. Whatever the sample mean you have got, this forget. This is actually what's happened. What is my requirement is this one. Now, this is the one student has told this one. Anyone wants to modify this one? What is the answer you have written in your notes? Same answer or different answer? Huh? Same, huh? I'm assuming it is a wrong answer. So here, whenever it is more than 30 minutes, we are going to take the action. It is the right answer. Whenever it is less than 30 minutes, we are not going to take any action. Answer is correct. More than 30 minutes, we'll take the action. Because their service goal is not getting achieved. So why their service goal is not achieved? They'll identify the reason and they'll take action accordingly. They may increase the number of delivery executives or they may increase in terms of number of showrooms that they will do whatever they want. That is secondary. But their service goal is not getting achieved. That is clear. When it is service goal is less than 30 minutes, no action. Greater than 30, it is action. They are going to take the action. And for this one, example, what is the answer? Null and alternate hypothesis, formulation only. I want only the formulation of null and alternate hypothesis. First, write the answer in the notes. Null and alternate hypothesis. Completed? Done? So what is the null and alternate hypothesis? 1 minute. Last. You. What is the null and alternate hypothesis? Sit. No need to stand. Just tell me the answer. Have you completed first in the notes? Yes or no? How many students has completed? First raise your hand, please. So remaining you have not completed. So here the question is population mean of 500 and determine to whether the filling process should be continued operating or stopped and corrected. Now question is correction continued operating or stopped will be done by the inspector. Okay. Now correction will be done by whom? Inspector will do the correction? No, the company people only will do that. That is clear now. Now this point is see here. Milk carton means milk packets. Assume there is a sample of 30 milk cartons, means 30 packets they have taken, and the 30 packets in that ml they have checked. In the 30 packets, what is the quantity of how much milk is there? They have checked in the each packet, and their average is 505. That 30 packets average is 505. What are the sample they have collected now? In that sample, average is 505. The population standard deviation is 10 ml. Okay, keep this one side. Perform a hypothesis test at 0.0 level of significance. This also you don't know. Keep this one side. This one also side because you don't know these two. Population mean of 500 means generally this packet should consist of 500 ml only and help to determine whether the filling process should be continued operating or stopped and corrected. So 30 packets they have taken, and in the 30 packets their average value is 505 is there, but they required is 500 only. Now the people they want to stop the filling process, see they have got 505 as the average, means some extra ml they are getting. Some extra ml they are getting means machine, either machine problem or some technical glitch or anything can be there. Now what they have to do, they have to perform the hypothesis test, and from that they want to conclude whether the filling has to be continued operating or has to be stopped. Up to here the question was given up to filling has to be corrected or stopped. If this is the question, up to here means now it is done by the inspector. Inspector is checking. According to inspector, when he's going to take the action, when he'll not take action. If it is less than 500 ml, which is less than 500 ml, he will take the action. If it is greater than 500 ml, he will not take the action. This is from whom? Inspector point of view. For inspector, 505, 510, 520 is there also not a problem. Company is giving extra free means what is the problem for the inspector? Whatever the company sticker is there, 500 ml, you provide minimum this. Additional to this, your choice. But this is compulsory. If you don't provide this one, then it is called as problem. Now, here the question is corrected is there. The word corrected is there. Correction will not be done by the inspector. If corrected word is not there, we have to assume filling process is done by the inspector or something. Now, since it is done by the company people, for company people, we have to make the null and alternate hypothesis. What is the null and alternate hypothesis means? When the company will take the action means when it is less than 500 or more than 500 also it will take the action. See, if the mean value is greater than 500, it will take the action because it is going to be loss. Everyone knows this one. At the same time, mu is less than 500 also it will take the action because someone identifies that one means it is going to book the case. So both the cases it is action means then simply you have to write mu is not equal to 500 ml. Like this we have to conclude. For mu is not equal to exactly 500 ml, we are going to take the action. If the mu is exactly 500 ml, we will not take the action and will continue. Here equal to symbol is there means here not equal to automatically. Sir, 1 equal to 1 is greater than or equal to no, that possibility is not there. Greater than symbol of 1 is there means less than comes to another one. Greater than, here equal to is there, greater than is there. Then less than will go to where? More means this one it is satisfied. Equal to means this will be satisfied. Less means which will satisfy then? If what it was proved that it is less than 500 ml, which will be satisfied? So here we can't take in terms of like this. Equal to is there means not equal to. Greater than is there means opposite is less than. Less than is there means opposite should be greater than. Is the point is clear? Okay, everyone? Online students, is that clear? Ankur, your question is clear now? Right? So it should be exactly equal to 500. It should not be not equal to 500. You can, if you are taking more than 500 ml and less than or equal to, second point is your null hypothesis only will have the equal to symbol, whether it is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, only null hypothesis will associate with the equal to. Alternate hypothesis will never have the equal to symbol. Less than or equal to means greater will be there, greater than or equal to means less will be there, equal to means not equal to will be there, but it will not have in terms of like this. Okay, always equal to. Why, sir? Equal to means no difference now. Nothing is there now. Nothing is there means old one is better only now. Old one is better means I no need to take action now. That is the meaning. Equal to also satisfied also, no action. For example, you are preparing in one way. With that preparation, you are getting the very good high marks. Continue with the same. Why to identify new strategy for preparation? For example, you are preparing in one way. You are not getting the good marks in that. Now, what do you have to do? You have to change the way of preparation. In what way we have to prepare? You are only preparing the notes means not only the notes, we have to prepare additionally some textbooks also. If you are preparing in one way means that one. We are trying which way is best. Null hypothesis says that all the strategies are same. Whatever others are preparing, whatever I am preparing, everything is same is the null hypothesis. Alternate hypothesis says that one strategy will give one result. Both are not same. No difference is there. So first you have to try what one strategy. You are preparing. From the last 2.5 months in the data analytics, you are preparing. But your preparation has not given with respect to good result. Then, for example, in the entire class, none of the student has got a job or none of the student is understanding the concepts means, then it is a mistake of a trainer. But some students are getting the jobs and some students are getting with a good subject and they are clearing the certification, but I am only not clearing the certification and I am only not getting the job means, then it is the mistake of student or trainer. That first we have to identify. Okay. If it is identified that mistake of a student, second one what we have to do is we have to change the strategy, the way of preparation. Okay, in this way we are preparing, so I am not able to understand. If let us try in a different way of preparation. Any topic. Is the point is clear? First you have to identify where you are lagging. That is diagnostic analytics first we have to do. If you don't apply the diagnostic analytics, it is going to be a problem. For example, let's take an example like this. Now some of the students in this class, they are going to raise a complaint against me. Assume. Let's take an example like this. Now, if I take the, for example, XYZ, this student only. I'm saying directly the student name also, na? She only has raised a complaint. Assume. Now, she has raised a complaint stating something. And now, if I remember her name and okay, she is the girl. And later, once it is happened, once whenever there is a job opportunity, okay, since you have raised the complaint on me, so I'm not going to support you. If I think in a negative way, if I have some kind of negative feeling on her, what I will get? My ego will be satisfied. Okay. Tomorrow, if I suppress her or if I fail her, if I give a different questions for exclusively her, or in the mock interview, if I ask very high level difficult questions and make her to cry, what will happen means my ego will be satisfied, but there will be no use. Instead of that, okay, she has raised a complaint means something problem is there with me. I have to rectify that problem. If I rectify that problem, what happens in the next batch? I'll be better person. For you, I may not be better person. Already you are having one impression. I may not be. At least for if I change from this to the next batch, for the next batch, I'll be the better person. And once I'm better person, they will give the positive reviews for me. Means what happens in the future, my salary only will be increased. Now, should I take in a negative way and I have to take my revenge as the ego, or if I have to go with a positive way? It's all depends on the individual person, person to person. I will take all the negatives as my stepping stones only. How many complaints you raise? Every complaint you are changing me only. You are changing me according to you, your feeling. You are changing me for getting the better salary for me. You are changing me. If you raise any one complaint also, it is one of my stepping stone to get a better salary for the next batch. I will get with your complaint, I will be betterized. I will get 10,000 more money. Okay, I'll be happy. So I'll go within this way. Now in the similar way, Yeah, online students, could you please confirm? Yes, my voice is loud and clear. Sorry, it has got disconnected in between. It is clear, right? Okay, done. So we are discussing about the formulation of null and alternate hypothesis, and we have seen how to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Now, next one is after formulation of null and alternate hypothesis, as I have told you, what are the steps involved? You have written the steps involved in the hypothesis testing. What are the steps? First one is null and alternate hypothesis. Is that clear now? Formulation, how to formulate. Let's try with different examples and we'll execute one by one. Next, check the level of significance. Level of significance is nothing but error percentage. Level of significance is error. With what error? Maximum whatever error you are going to accept. With whatever error you are going to accept. And this will be given in the question. If not given in the question, the default value we have to consider as 5%, which is called as 0.05. Either they will give the level of significance, which is called as alpha, or they will also give the second option is confidence interval. Sometimes they give the confidence interval, confidence. Sometimes they give the confidence value, confidence value. And from the confidence value, we have to calculate the level of significance. Confidence is nothing but 1 minus alpha. Online students, could you please confirm me now? Now it is clear. Now it is clear, right? Okay, done. So here we are going to have sometimes in the question they will give the confidence value. Confidence is nothing but 1 minus alpha. So based on the confidence value, we'll calculate the alpha value, right? Now, so next one is check whether the data is normally distributed or not. How we have to check whether the data is normally distributed or not means by applying the skewness or by checking the one is skewness value, histogram, density curve. Earlier I have told you in the descriptive statistics what are the various ways to check the data is normally distributed or not. And from that you are going to select the statistical test in the step 4. So now let us do for one of the example all these things, and from that we'll conclude today's class. Okay, now question, what is the question is this one. Okay, you are having the Kinley water bottle. Okay, so what is the question is this. Question number 1. Take the question number 1 like this. Quality inspector wants to inspect whether Kinley 1 liter water bottles has 1000 ml or not. And for this, the inspector has selected 25 bottles randomly, which is having the mean of 1005 ml with population standard deviation of 15 ml. Apply the hypothesis test and conclude. This is the question. Write the question. Yeah, completed. Question is completed. Bashir, sorry, Ahmad. What is the problem? Ahmad, what is the question? Now it is clear, right? Okay. I have stopped in between. Now, what is the answer? What are the steps? Tell me. What is the starting one? Step one. What is the step one? Null and alternate hypothesis. For this, what is the null and alternate hypothesis? When the quality inspector is going to take the action, when the quality inspector will not take the action. If it is less than 1000 ml, he will take the action. If it is more than 1000, greater than or equal to 1000 also, he will not take any kind of action. That is your step number one. Everyone is clear with the step one? Formulation. Now coming to the step two. What is the step two? Open in your notes. What is the step you have taken? Level of significance. Now in the question, level of significance was given? No. If the given question doesn't have the level of significance, then what is the default value we have to take? 5%, or which is 0.05. 5% is percentage wise, value wise it is 0.05. So you are going to take the step 2 as 0.05. Now what is the third step? Assume the data is check whether the data is normally distributed or not. Here, where is the data? They only taken the 25 samples. They only have written the numbers, and they are only saying the average value is 1005, but they have not given the data to us. If the data was given to us, we'll apply the histogram or we'll apply the skewness formula and we'll calculate. But they have not given the data. When they have not given the data, then by default, we are assuming the data as normally distributed. Sir, when they'll not give the data, when they'll give the data. Here two things are there. One is these statistics questions, whatever we are doing now, in the two ways. One is called as certification based. One is in the company. So in the certification, they can't give the data points to you. For example, 25 values, if they give also, when you have to calculate the skewness formula, x minus x bar, first you have to calculate x bar, x minus x bar, for that x minus x bar whole cube, for that you have to apply all the formula, means how much time it will take? Can you complete that one in the certification? For one question of which is having of 1 mark bit, can you do that one? No. Then in the certification, whichever the questions are given for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, they can't give the entire data to us. In that case, they will only say that, so this is the sample average value and this is the value. All the details they will only give in the question itself. Then when they have given everything, the data in the question itself, then what we are going to do is, the step 3 we are going to assume as a data is normally distributed. Okay. If the data is not normally distributed, they have to give the data set to us. Then only we can check. Here there is no data, means automatically it is normally distributed. Now what is the step 4? In the step 4, first you have to select the test. Here the tests are there. What are the different types of tests? In the notes you have written. What are the tests? One sample Z test, one sample T test, ANOVA test. Total 3 are there. Now first you have to tell me, in the given data set, you are having one column or more than one columns. Sir, data set only not there. No sir, data set is not there, but here they are going to check the quantity of the each bottle. Quantity is the heading. In every bottle, what is the value? So 25 values they are going to write. 25 values in the one column. So one column means the meaning is one sample. If you are having more than one column, means if you are having the data in the 2 columns or 3 columns or 4 columns, then you have to go with the ANOVA. If you are having only one column with you, the data consists of only one column with you, you have to go with the one sample. Now z-test or t-test. Z-test means if the population standard deviation was given in the question, z-test. If the population standard deviation was not given in the question, t-test. If the population standard deviation was given, z-test. If the population standard deviation was not given, t-test. You are going to apply the t-test. If population standard deviation was given, z. Now here which type of test I have to select? One sample, z-test I have to select. After selecting the one sample z-test, next what is the next step is apply the test. What is the test? Apply the z-test means you have to apply the test. For the test we are having the formula x bar minus mu divided by sigma by square root of n. Sir, z-score, no sir. Z-score is x minus mu divided by not x bar. It is x. It is not x bar. It is only the x. X minus mu divided by sigma. X minus mu divided by sigma is z-score. Here x bar. We are not converting for every value. Overall data sample minus population mean divided by population standard deviation by square root of n. In your question, they have given you total, tell me how many bodies they have selected? 25 bodies, means n is 25. And what is the sample mean? For this 25 bodies, the average is 1005. Population standard deviation is what? 15. So now here you apply 1005, 15 and 25. These three you are going to apply here. Now what about the mu, sir? Mu is nothing but for which one you are applying the hypothesis test now, that is only mu, because you are applying the population mean should be greater than 1000 ml, population mean should be less than 1000 ml. So that is the 1000 value you have to write here. Whatever you are writing in the null hypothesis, that number will come to here. Now once you substitute here, you are going to get the test statistic value. Calculate what is the test statistic value. Once you calculate the test statistic value, from that you are going to open the Z table. After that, open the Z table. First calculate this one. How to calculate? This is nothing but 1005 minus 1000, which is 5. 15 divided by square root of 25 is 5. 5 divided by 3, which is nothing but 1.667. Right? Same. Now open the Z table. In the Z table, you tell me what is the, for 1.667, what is the probability value from the Z table? Okay, I'm going to open here the Z table. Up to round figure of 2 decimals now. We have to take the Z table up to round figure of 2 decimals. I'm making a round figure of 2 decimals and ztable.com. Now for 1.67, what is the probability? This is 1.6. For 1.67, what is the probability? This is 1.67. Where is 1.67 means here. What is the probability means 0.9525. Now this p-value is now step 5. So step 4 is clear for everyone. First I have selected the test. What is the test I have selected? One sample z-test. Why I have selected one sample only? One column is there. Why I have selected g-test only? Population standard deviation was given. Now after that, apply the statistical test. I have applied formula, that is x bar minus mu divided by sigma by square root of n. Applying the formula is called as apply statistical test. And from that I have calculated the test statistic value, that is 1.67. Z-test value has given the output as 1.67. Now based on the 1.67, I am calculating the probability value, which is 0.9525. 3 steps are completed. Now based on these 3 steps, you are going to say that if p-value is greater than alpha, accept the null hypothesis. If the p-value is less than alpha, reject the null hypothesis. Now, whatever the p-value you have got is 0.95. What is the alpha value is 0.05. Whether it is greater than alpha or less than alpha. Greater than alpha or less than alpha? Greater than alpha. So since it is greater than alpha, you are going to accept the null hypothesis. What is your null hypothesis? Mu is greater than 1000 ml. Now the quality inspector is going to take any action on them is no. Because it is more than 1000 ml, no need of to take any kind of action. Is the point is clear for everyone? All the steps. Anyone has any questions? With the example number 1. Sir, the same example if I done by the company owner, then it is a different. Null hypothesis will be different and conclusion also will be different. Yes. Last one is p-value. What is the p-value you have got from here? What is the p-value according to you have got? 0.9525. What is the alpha? Your p-value is 0.9525. What is the alpha value? 0.05. P is greater or P is less than alpha? Greater than alpha or less than alpha? Greater than alpha means accept the null hypothesis. Greater than alpha means accept the null hypothesis. If it is less than alpha means reject the null hypothesis. So this is one test which we have done. So tomorrow we will do the remaining tests also. I mean, not only remaining test, remaining examples also. We will try with multiple examples. Instead of solving only one example, because real-time scenarios will be multiple different types of scenarios will be there. So we are going to discuss all these kinds of scenarios in the next class, and next class is on Monday. Okay, tomorrow you are not having any kind of class and next class is on Monday. Right? So please go through this, and Monday you are also having the exam. Okay, you will have the exam on Monday or either on the Tuesday. Either Monday or Tuesday you will have the exam after your class, not in the class time. Only after your class you will have the exam in a separate classroom for offline students. Even online students also say. Only statistics, only based on statistics, nothing else. Exclusively based on the statistics. 2 tests you have to take on the statistics. One test is MCQs, which is for certification. One is interview questions based test, like what you have taken earlier for the descriptive statistics. In a similar way, you have to take the theory questions, which are interview questions. In the interview room, what would be the interview questions on the statistics? That should be the separate test. In the certifications, whatever the questions you are going to get, that will be a separate test. Because you have to test it 2 times. One is certification you have to get tested. One is interview you have to get tested in order to get the job. Is the point is clear? Done. Anyone has any questions? If you are having questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we can continue in the tomorrow's class. Yeah, online students, you can type your questions. Online students, no need to come to Naresh IT. If you come also, not a problem. If you come also, not a problem. And some of the students are asking that SQL notes like views, stored procedures, PDF was not uploaded, and it will be uploaded by day after tomorrow. I have to identify that one. The notes, whatever I have done, written in front of you in the notepad, it was not saved properly. Again, I have to type one more time, and again I will keep that one. Okay, by tomorrow end, you will get 100%. You will get by tomorrow end. And once I have uploaded that one, I will share the same details for you in the Google Classroom. Sure. Sure. Done. Right? Is the points are clear? Sir, related to test, you said you'll upload, we can prepare. Yeah. So we already have shared you the some kind of task also, descriptive statistics task.